Charge up your game with excitement. Highest odds on the market. Coverage of all live and pre-match events. Place your bets with Solid Bookmaker and win with your favorite teams. Take what's rightfully yours with GG.bet.
Welcome back to the StarLadder Minor Qualifiers and our final match of today's stream. The winners bracket finals between Vici and TYLOO. One of these two teams will be going to the lower bracket finals. The other will be going straight to the Asia Minor. I am the Eternal J. I'll be taking you through this matchup. And what a match, what a rivalry we have on our hands. These two teams have traded blows for years, back during the days where Vici were known as Vici CyberZen, who were then known as CyberZen, going back all the way to 2015. In recent times, they have split relatively to the favor of TYLOO. 2 series to 1 and 5 maps to 3, of which Overpass, Inferno, and Mirage are the maps which will be played out in this series. They have been played out in the past. We start on Overpass, of which last time this one went to the Vici side, 16-4. This time it was picked by Vici, knowing it being one of their most consistent points in this rivalry. And it may well be the thing that wins them out in this first map of the best of 3. It may well win them the best of 3 if they can take control on the T side. It's a start for the defuse of Bintet. Flash Smoke and P250 for Advent, dropping that pistol out to Frankie on the Vici side as they start things off now. Trying to look for an opening frag on someone from the TYLOO side. We've got Attacker also in for the CT Forces. Earlier, he was not playing for TYLOO this morning. Well, it's one of the newest additions to this roster. So if you've been watching the news, you've been watching HLTV, you know more details about that. He'll detect the 4 HP to kick things off. Taps on taps from the CT side will not quite land onto the Vici boys. Excurate finally gets a trade back to the 4 versus 4, eventually tapping onto Frankie and dealing with him. Taps come out, the Glock of Allman trying to do damage but can't quite seem to get the kill out to the connector area. And then Excurate lands another headshot. 2, 3 kills, accurate as anything. Trying to get on Shocking as well. Knows he's here towards the ramp position, looks on towards his bomb planter, gets him down, looks for Ullman as well. And it will be a full-blown ace for Excurate to kick things off. What a start from TYLOO as standard, with a pause already coming in. Made a mistake, by the way. It was actually Freeman, the man that got added, so I don't know why I said Attacker. I'm being a dumbass. It's been a very long day. I've been up for a very long time. A small technical pause in the early part of this matchup. Imagine it's for Vici side of things since they just lost the round, but either way it's going to get quickly called out the cancel. Ready to go into our second round of the game here between TYLOO and Vici. The SMGs coming through, rifles on 2 players, and it looks like Vici are not going to contest with the force buy of their own right. It will just be Glocks coming in. No investment, no utility, no Kevlar, nothing of the sort for the Vici side. And TYLOO straight in, up and out and over. Initial mid-face with the nades coming in against Frankie. He will get tagged up to 47 to kick things off, and one more player will fall back out towards the long position. TYLOO not going to challenge too far forward. I know that Vici, if they stack in, they possibly could overwhelm these rifles, and with the economy game being as tender as it is in the early game, Shocking moving forward here with the T side line. 60 seconds on the clock. Vici will get a bit of map control for their trouble at this stage. Not quite going to be any major advantages out. Of course, the weapon advantage being to the favour of the CT side as naturally it should be. No kills as of right now, and now the footsteps being heard, and the burst fire comes through. Smoke down from Bentet will try and block off. We'll see the bomb plant position. Extra gets down 1, 2. Not quite the triple just yet, but he covers off long as Bentet swings out, deals with Frankie. Spray from Alman, and Kaze also dealt with all the same. 3 kills to Bentet. And a very nice start for TYLOO. As Vici buy back in, the AK's on 2. AUG? Wow, what is going on today? I'm being completely stupid. Krieg out, excuse me, for Kaze. Advent can also go for the rifles. What would he get? Galil instead to opt for the utility alongside the Kevlar. TYLOO with the AUG on 2 players in Bentet and Execute, 2 SMGs alongside a FAMAS for Summer. And a spray going on Ullman will do a little bit of damage to somebody, not quite as much as he would have wanted it to. TYLOO reeling onto that position and immediately backing off. Meanwhile, the connector contention held down by Bentet, shocking. The bomb on the back of Advent. Frankie also going to be here, spray on through, he takes him down to kick things off. Bentet dead, nades in against Joking, will keep him suppressed. Next career. Locking onto this position, not getting the frags, not getting anything done just as of right now. CTs hold down their standard positions, A and B bomb sites. Attacker. Held face here towards B, still waiting for a T-side push from Vici. Now getting the man advantage, they technically have control, but lack of map presence from the T's, other than the 2 players pushed up towards Short and Monster. Meanwhile, somebody going to aggress down towards Long and try to see if he can catch up some information of his own right. We'll call it in, we'll realise actually there's no one here. If he wraps back in towards Short, however, he will find a very, very different story going on. Into connector as well. Ooh, this could be dangerous. No, Frankie's ready for the face-up, ready for the rotation. Out-reading what TYLOO will do, and Vici will pick apart the rest of the CT line. 20 seconds for the bomb to go down. The Molotov will clear up extra. We dealt with out towards heaven. 2 kills for Joking. Kaze comes in with a quick trade as Summer and Execute do get 2 quick frags, but that's as far as they'll be able to go. 3 live for Vici first on the T-side board. A tactical timeout, this time for Vici. Interesting they've gone for this earlier. There's a severe lack in tactical pauses over the course of the China qualifiers. I think that last round really demonstrates what we could be seeing out for the rest of this matchup. Back and forth rounds, potential for TYLOO and Vici to be only trailing by a single round or 2. Again, these teams have history. You should look into it. It has been a very interesting time. Flashes in, Frankie not spotting the hole, just about turns on towards him. His damage does come through. Secondary frag from Ullman, meanwhile back towards the short position. It's a half buy for TYLOO. So of course they can't quite get the damage in, they can't quite get the kills against the CT side. Doing damage on Frankie, may be able to get that kill later on down the line, but for the moment it is just passive faces round corners. Somebody does catch a good headshot on Ullman, and now an AK picked up. Try and work with that back in against the likes of Joking. He cut me towards Ramp, making a lot of footstep noises, knows that there's now one man towards Short, continuing to face up, catches him with utility in his hands, and Jockey barely gets behind the sandbags to stay alive, falls out of the short area as Kaze strikes over the buff room. It's been Tet now taken. Still the 5-7 from somebody facing around the corner against Jockey will deal with him. Attacker also rotating in towards A. Low HP on Kaze, could take this to a 1 versus 1. But will he commit further forward than somebody certainly is, going back in with a backstab out towards the mid position, but the Kriegs that cut him off, and Kaze takes him down. It's all left to Attacker. 1v2. There it is. Advent takes him down. Second on the board, all evened up between TYLOO and Vici. But the half-bite did do a lot of damage, and the rifle round can come in from TYLOO, so I'd say it's a success for the CT side. Don't deny that bomb plant, don't deny the round, obviously. The M4s at AUG coming out in stacks. Limited utility sets for the TYLOO side, though. Only a few smokes, a few flashbangs, and a HE. Teams make their way in, 2 players out, spray down, doing a little bit of damage to someone, not nothing to be of note here. The name might do a bit more. Yeah, straight in the face of somebody. The default comes in from Vici, pulling TYLOO's attention towards not only the short position, but also back over the top of mid. Positions being set up here by the T side, just contesting various T side areas, trying to catch some information for this default. Play around, trying to feel out TYLOO. Where are they playing from? What are they doing? Some utility will come back in for the CT forces. Great smoke in particular down over to the monster position. Meanwhile, somebody jump facing will get up the footstep noise over to Almond. He thinks they're pushing out, but no one's coming forward here. It's just wallbang damage. Meanwhile, Bentet facing out towards mid, taken out by Frankie to kick things off. Now Jockey flash in, gets Summer completely blind. Attacker also ends up falling to the likes of Kaze. And 2 players remain for the CT forces. 1 back on the A-bomb, so Frankie's still here and he looks for his double kill. Somebody getting 1 kill. That's as far as he goes. Vici, very confident on the T-side executes. Take a look at the win victories, and I would say that overall, Vici do have the better looking map when it compares to the competition they faced. Came close against NIP in the past. They've only just recently beaten out 5 Power, obviously. While TYLOO have had a bit more international experience, they haven't always been able to beat them on a local level in Asia. Being said, though, this is going to be an upgraded pistol for somebody that goes ahead and gets a kill, so what do I know? Advent 4-on-4. Tapping from Frankie, Bentet completely blind. Nice, easy kill there for the T side. The 2-for-1 trade goes down. Making it 3-for-1, but 1 kill on the pistol, an AK save for TYLOO. Probably should be good enough, I'd say. Vici going to commit towards the B bomb site as well. Somebody could get even more damage done here. Sprays in, somebody. Gets down Almond. Now Advent. Moves in with the Molotovs and smokes. Flashbangs also at the ready. Attacker close. Moving up. Bomb plant. Ooh, Attacker going to be hurt of the Molotov, and Frankie will deal with him. Somebody gets the spray back in, gets the kill, but now has to fall back away. No Kevlar, no chance. 3 kills to his name, doing damage. Very good stuff from the TYLOO player. The upgrade pistol doing a world of hurt to Vici, keeping their economy as limited as possible. Yeah, AK is out with a limited set across most of the T-side forces. Spray in from Almond will do damage to Summer, but again, they've evaded it pretty well from TYLOO. You can't catch them off guard with this kind of spray. Shocking with nades, stacks alongside Almond will tag Taka to 17 points of health. Out on the monster face, he might have to be subbed in by Summer to these different positions, and he holds down the short position, so that way Summer can hold his own, right? I mean, good play contact after either position anyway. It doesn't really matter who goes wherever. Either way, 55 seconds on the clock, and Vici, no opening kills, but plenty of opening damage. It might be Excrit to get the opening frag here with the AWP. Looking back down through the bathrooms on towards the mid position. Kaze will not be spotted. Shocking, meanwhile, checking out towards the short area. The Molotovs will go in, sprays through, and it will be Orman to try and respond back over. Meanwhile, Frankie moving in, and Bentet close range. Excurate is here, playing off contact. The York will get the first frag. 30 seconds down. Vici have to make the move. They have to go to execute on the B-bomb site. 4 their players here. Smokes and flashbangs in, one face up, and somebody will catch off vision onto Advent. Take a second frag, spray down to do damage towards Joking, who will get the trades together. 2 kills to his name, alongside Olma making it 3. It's a 1 versus 2. He gets another. Now back to 1 player left, 17 points of health, and the AWP of Excurate has just got a peek slow, spots him. 5 seconds, the bomb can't get planted in this time, and even if it does, Excurate's got the angle on lock. As a round for TYLOO does go their favor. Vici made it as close as anything though. The Execute getting trades. TYLOO will not get away scot-free. Almond tries to face up somebody, challenges him. 21 points of health on the UMP spray, and nade into his position could finish off the job. What? What happened there? I'm not sure. Jokin's going to keep his teammate in check. He will lose Almond, but gets 2 trades. Attacker keeps it at evens. But how did that nade not kill off? I'm not really sure. Either way, 3v3, the bomb plant's going to come through. Kaze's covering off short to see if he make their way in. Attacker still lurking back towards his cubby corner, and he will go down. Vici smokes up against the T-side line from Binter. Execute with a flash in for his teammate. A UMP and an AWP for the retake. Kaze will get blinded off by the utility coming in, but they've got to get in now. They've got to try and get these picks. Smokes are about to start clearing, and Execute's going to get cut down. It's been Bintet without a defuse kit either in the middle of the smoke. No one's sticking it. I mean, close here to get some exit frags, but it looks like it will just be exit frags at this stage. As bomb ticks too far for Bintet. We'll get a kill on Frankie, but Kaze will take it away. Still damage being done to Vici. Their economy is very, very limited. TYLOO might get the read on this. Looks like this will be an eco as well. CZ's on 257 Deagle 5 USP for Excurate. AK's on 3, Creek for Kaze, Mac 10 for Joking. Flash control in towards the connected position. Obviously TYLOO not going for this angle. Mostly players on the B bomb site. 1 back over in bathrooms on long, or the long entrance to bathrooms I should really be saying. CZ for him. What kind of damage can he do? If any at all. Hearing footsteps, getting information now, so we all know that there's T-side presence here, and that's enough to bait in the rotation from TYLOO. 2 players on the way, a 3rd rotating in very slowly. He will get eventually up to top speed and make his way in, so it's all going to leave it on the hands of somebody. 5-7 close. Ooh, this could be dangerous. Flashbang catches him, Joking takes him down. What a start. The CT's on rotate en masse. Of course, they will know that it will be a B-site execute with nothing else coming forward. Only these upgrade pistols to do damage, but probably less than likely they'll be able to get the retake together. Indeed, Joking will take out Attacker next up. Close range positions. Fancy will trade him back. X-Creates a secondary frag with a CZ, but traded back by Advent. Leaves a 1 versus 3 for Bintet back over to the long position. Maybe might sneak into the bomb site, get a rifle, but I have my doubts. Seed side players are looking over to this connected position, making sure he doesn't rotate up. There'll be 6 on the board for Vici. Their map pick going well thus far. Now it's TYLOO taking the timeout. On the back foot, pretty hardcore this time as well. Obviously, it was Vici with the first tactical a little bit earlier on, and since then they have been pretty unstoppable thus far. 1 round coming in for TYLOO since they started their streak of rounds. Orps, Orgs, them 4s. I think there's only 1 Orp in play, not even for the Vici side. None out for them. They've automatic weapons in play. Makes sense for a T side at the very least, so TYLOO, see what they can do with their big weaponry. Excurate out towards the mid face and watching out alongside Bintet towards long, so 2 players to establish contact. Vici set up the execution. Somebody. First contact against the T side. Ullman and Joking. First 2 down, and somebody lines up the spray for 3. Kaze will try trade back, but on 11 points of health, burning away. It's just not going to happen. 1v4, TYLOO lock out. And get 4 on the CT board. Forced by back from Vici to try responding to this next round. 3 rifles will come to play, but Julie's in a CZ. Shocking. Frankie. Almond, all 3 players taking the face out and over. Up to connector. Same setup from the AWP and the AUG. Excure watching mid, and Bintet catching off anybody who makes their way out from the park side, and he takes out Omen to kick things off. Bait in, shoulder bait on Excure, and Joking gets the information to force him off angle. Doesn't get the kill in trade, but now Vici storm the bomb site. They realise where the only 2 CTs for this defensive are. Rotations will come in thick and fast from somebody, and both players out towards long can try and deny the bomb plant. They will be successful in taking the 3 frags between somebody and Bintet. And Kaze, no chance on this one. 1v5 once again for him. Out towards mid. Will face take down 1 kill with the Krieg, but so many more to find, and AWP now legs him. So either way, Execute's got an assisting. Down, flick back in. He lands 1 this time for TYLOO. 5 on the CT board, and now that they've figured out what's going on, they look confident. Like these rounds, these defensives just not letting Vici in through anything. Executions look alright, and then decimation when the actual hit comes through. Vici on the eco make their way out and about into park, into fountain, up top mid, past the stairs. And TYLOO only have Bintet this time to challenge it. Well, actually, Excurit's also here looking on first. Bintet's holding down the connector control, but basically the crossfire set to watch out for the T-side players that make their way up here. They will jump over, check the AWP angle, and then they'll run straight into Bintet. That's exactly what this setup is designed to do. 2 frags found, 3 players remaining for Vici. Barely any damage done to the Krieg. Backstab from Almond could catch him off guard. I mean, I say that, and he's rotated all the way back over to the short position. Excurit still here with the AWP face in. CZ spray just about catches it. Advent comes in with support, and Bintet lines up top of that bomb, takes the 2 kills. An attacker out towards mid. Deals with Almond all the same. AWP in, AUGs on 4, AKs on 3 players for Vici. The Krieg coming through from Kaze and Advent. Not enough to buy the AWP, but I don't think it matters too much for Vici. Their execute so heavily focused on speed rather than the opening frags and opening default rounds. Molotov's in towards the T-con area. Will try and get the early damage done to the Ts, but instant smoke recovery. Spray through from somebody, seeing that the squeaky door's been popped open. The connector connects it on the Joking. A little bit of damage done to Advent, but he's done enough. Blind opening kill. Frankie leads the charge up towards the mid position for the Vici side. AWP in for Excurit. Trying to play on Ullman, catches him eventually. Two frags traded for nothing. TYLOO once again in full control. Even when Vici do try and go for the initial faces, they just get cut down. Got 1 player close to the mid defensive in the form of Bintet against Advent. Rounds the corner, gets that kill. Kaze there for the trade, and a small gap in the right-hand side of the smoke will allow the trade to come through, but again, it's 3 for 1. TYLOO now a backup on the bomb site as the AUG faces in towards Frankie. Spot sprays, second base will take it down, an attacker. Well, almost got the headshot. Instead, it's someone to steal it away. But either way, a teammate for TYLOO. Everyone contributing to the defensive for the CT side as they take the lead away from Vici. Now a half buy will come through for the Ts. Those Julie's back on Joking. 2 CZs, a Mac 10 and a Glock. Smokes in, Summer goes down, Ullman. Here with his own utility with the Molotovs. T-side players move up and inland. Molotovs do go down. Summer's ready and waiting with the AUG for them to rush right out. He gets up 2 players lined up and knocked right down. Attacker will go falling in the interim. A 3rd player's been spotted. Summer with the nades back in, and the Mac 10 might just trade him out. Indeed, Vici. 3v3, bomb plant will go down. AUG picked up for Ullman, but Excurit turns around with the AWP and drops that bomb immediately. Molotov back towards the default position. Advent trading. Kaze with 1, can't get the spray on a second. So damage done to the half buy. Again, it's good for Vici, no bomb plant, but last round of the half. Rifles will be bought. TYLOO have plenty of money to invest into whatever they want to. In fact, a double AWP setup coming in for, I believe, the first time in this map. Somebody in Excurit, somebody playing over on B, Excurit playing on A, as he always does with this duo in Bintet. And the boost could come through from the AWPer. Will he catch anything? No, he won't. He'll nade out the squeaky door, look into connector, but not see anybody there. Meanwhile, the 4-man boost coming in. Kaze is going to punish. You may try to get the advantage, but Vici will 1 step ahead of you this time, mate. AWP picked back up for Summer, see if he can do any damage with it. TYLOO, meanwhile, have a crest and look at Bintet. Information gathered, and Frankie has no idea. Kill comes through, smoke goes down, and Bintet continues to hold with Excurit getting the kill out towards connector. Advent down, 4 versus 3. Smokes and flashbangs to keep Shocking at bay by a little bit of space to breathe for Bintet. No idea there's a T-side player directly to his left. And nades out, T-Con gets back to safety. Good play, good coordination. Holds down the line still, spots out, sprays on through, just drops it and just gets Shocking down. 33 HP. But he gets away alive. Ullman and Kaze. Last two players remaining for Vici, and unfortunately, while the opening kill was stellar, everything else has been just TYLOO. Kaze around the corner, smokes up, nades against him and Ullman, perfectly placed. And Summer finishes off the AWPer. Ullman left in 1 versus 4, sprays on the first, can't get the second. So attacker finishes the job. It will be 9-6, favor to TYLOO at the end of the half. And now comes Vici's CT side. And if you know anything about Vici on Overpass, you'll know that their CT side has been quite the impressive affair. This pistol round goes well for them. I'd imagine they'll be taking the lead from TYLOO in a short few rounds. Let's find out with the pistol first. It is utility set up for Advent. Double flash and smoke for him. 4 players over on the B bomb site stacked with 2 pushing in towards short and 1 man taking contact out towards A mid. Kaze will hear the footsteps, take his way back out towards the bomb site itself as Vici try and wrap back in. Armin and Frankie boosting up, but this is going to be a waste of time. The other 2 CTs have to get towards A site because they're going to go for a quick execution here. Smoke, Molly for Bintet, flash smoke and P250 for Excurate. And I trust him with his pistol. He can do some serious damage with it. Molotov coming in. Somebody first entry. Spots out Shocking. Tags it. Takes out Kaze. Meanwhile, the secondary frag. Attacker finishes off the job on the man in the corner. And it's all left to the likes of Advent. 1 P2K shot. That's as far as he goes, though. 4v2. TYLOO with the execution. Vici with a gamble stack. And today it didn't quite work out for them. Frankie with a good headshot, though. Somebody goes down. Fuse kit left out of play. I don't know where it was dropped right now for the CT Forces. Extra does catch off Frankie, leaving it all to Orman. 1 versus 3, no smoke, no kit, no chance. 10 on the ball for TYLOO. AK's in, Galil out for Summer, 2 Mac 10s. Vici there with a heavy investment in this round. Pistols out, 5.7s, Deagles, CZ, and a scout for Kaze. Double nades in against that man, and flashbang actually was what the second nade was. If it was a double stack, then maybe Kaze may have gone down to lower HP, but either way. Early start, significant damage done to the scout, and he'll fall back into passive positions, playing off Shocking's contact. Somebody wraps back in on Shocking, takes him down, burst fires on through. Kaze very exposed from here, gonna land some seriously sick headshots on another tag. What was that? No scope, jumping. And now continues to hold down the T-side forces. Great flashbang again, catches attacker directly in the face. He continues to face forward in towards the long position, a 4 versus 4 situation. And CT suppressed on the rotation, nades in against Frankie, Advent and Ullman. All 3 players tagged up. Has been bursts on through, gets the headshot. And Frankie and Co just forced to save the Kevlar that they've got. This will not be around for them. One good shot for Kaze is not going to be enough to fend off TYLOO. If he held his own, then maybe, but no, not today. $11 for TYLOO, looking for the 12th here in the eco coming through for Vici. And the best that they have is the upgraded pistols, plus the scout for Kaze, plus the Kevlar that they've got saved in from this round. Let's see where Kaze takes this scout this time. Straight up mid again? Yep. First contact perhaps against the T side line. Nades in against him once again. We'll try to do early damage. Not so much this time. He evades it. Falls back away from the A bomb site. T's getting mid-control as a result. Excurate flashing his way out towards long. No one from Vici's there to challenge it in the end. The B stack rotates over to an A stack. And this could be disastrous for TYLOO if they don't read this correctly. Flashes coming in. Bintek, here we go. Here they come. CT's up. Somebody with a first. Bintek with a second. Nice and easy. Clean up towards the eco. There's still 3 more TCTs to deal with. Somebody doubles up. Frankie does get the deagle shot towards one man, but he's traded immediately. Jockey with the USP up close. Does deal with Bintek on the bomb plant, but he can't do any more than that. Somebody with 20 kills thus far in this matchup for TYLOO. Excurate and Bintek not trailing too far behind. Teams make their way quickly out and into the default positions this time. Spread out 3-2 split, favor to the monster area for TYLOO. Vici, of course, with their rifle buys. The TYLOO do not want to go rushing in to a stack or a crossfire that ends up to their demise. Full rifles out as well. They haven't saved any of the SMGs. It's just been straight up. Smokes in, mollies over, flashes in for TYLOO, and they go quick into B. 2 players on the crossfire. Advent right here towards the monster flank. Ullman gets 1. Frankie on bomb site gets 2, not quite. Loads of damage done to Fancy Summer though. Bintek gets traded. The bomb plug will go down for the low HP player. 3 versus 2 scenario, and Fancy's trying to recover an AK-47. He can't quite get it. That might cost him. Needs those one-shot headshots. He's the lone man on the bomb site. Excurate trying to play supportive with the flashbangs. Really, that should be Summer here in this short position. Excurate needs to be taking the full brunt of the damage. Shocking sprays through the wall, and Excurate being the next man up. USP taps on taps, and he'll be forced out of the short position. He knows where that bomb's been planted, though. As flashbangs go over, AWP looking in. Spray should be able to deny as they keep him suppressed. Kaze now sticking the whole 5 seconds. Excurate sprays, Kates him down, and Shocking extremely low. He can face back in again. The diffuser's got to come in through now, and Vici are throwing in the towel. I cannot believe this. Excurate with a solo hold. And 1 good peek, 1 good face, 1 good spray is all you need to win a round. And a timeout coming in for Vici. Tactical pause. A few more of these coming in. On the back foot, even TYLOO can take a step forward. The half force comes in for Vici. Most players buying down to about the $2,000 mark, except for Advent with the FAMAS in. Bit of a misbuy. I'm not really sure whether they want to play this around a strategy or whether they are genuinely just not on the same page. Attacker gets too quickly in towards the connector position. Frankie, Arman, and Kaze, last 3 players standing. The Eagles are up to face here. Kaze seeing if he can do some sort of damage. The rest of the CT line backed up towards the bomb sites themselves. Close range in from Alman, 5-7 to try and deal with somebody. Runs through it, does take down Bintet. Kaze comes up with a kill on Attacker. 3 versus 2, now just 1. And Frankie picking up the FAMAS. Here's footsteps close. Summer, smoke up face in, does get the headshot down, but take a little bit of damage, and the AK gets picked up. 1 versus 3 for Frankie. And surely he won't clutch this, no. 1v1s can get isolated, but somebody's got all the info and gets his 2k. So no chance of this one. 14 for TYLOO. 2 away from taking map 1. Vici's map pick and all. It should be noted, whenever they've played a best of 3, TYLOO have always beaten out Vici in a 2-0 fashion. At least as far this year. Should add that caveat. Of course, this rivalry goes back years and years, so you can't really say that for certain in terms of every single series. But for this year, TYLOO always 2-0 against Vici in best of 3s. This might well be the chance right here to do it again. Out of the default into short control. 2 players will go. 1 towards Con, 1 towards the Fountain. On the mid position, the T-side players, of course, not going to extend too far forward, knowing that Vici may be around any corner here. Nades in, sprays down. Boost coming up here as Bintet gets up. I think Arman spotted Attacker, but he's not going to spray through. Hearing the footsteps, hearing the drop downs, but not getting any kills, not getting any major damage for the T-side as Bintet is allowed to get boosted. Looks in for Frankie, but doesn't get anything done. Again, they just fall right back into standard default angles. Up in, Kaze catches the first, looks back in for more, over to mid. Attacker and Bintet trying to face this together. Smokes go up, blind sprays back, doesn't get any damage. TYLOO on the back foot and they need to go for the execute right now. Smoking up, singing on the idea that they're going towards the A site. Meanwhile, 2 players push in from the monster position. It's Summer and Execute, and Advent's ready for the rotations as Frankie takes out Summer. Advent gets another, and Solomon deals with Execute. Last man standing, Bintet spotted towards short. 10 seconds left to go. He's going to fall back and save the AK. She's not getting through 5 angry CT players as Frankie doubles up with a double kill and keeps the TYLOO side away from map point. Proper defensive from Vici now leaves TYLOO on just pistols. The Eagles up on 3 CZs and P250s for the TYLOO squad. Flashes in, they make their way up and over and out towards mid. Should be noted that's the first round that Vici have won above TYLOO in about 11 rounds. That's insane. Jockeying and Kaze with the rifles against the pistols. AUG picked up for Attacker, but a 2-for-1 trade. Almost a collateral lined up by Kaze. No scope lands it on the bomb. And that will be the end of it for TYLOO in this round. Unless Attacker does something magical. Not even going to happen. Kaze with a quick scope with an 8th for Vici. And now 6 rounds to go between the Vici comeback and TYLOO's lead. Still an awkward economy line here for the T side. I wouldn't be surprised for another half buy, but no, they're going to go for the full-blown buy up. AK's, Galil's coming through. Summer's going to have some problems. Attacker's certainly going to have some problems. In fact, no head Kevlar for Attacker. That's going to become very difficult. Because now every weapon for Vici can take one-shot headshots against him, including the UMP of Advent. 3 Galils as well. The firepower just isn't there for TYLOO. Joking tries his luck out towards T-Con, not seeing anything. Gets a nade down on Execute to keep him at bay. Somebody also tagged up to 79 points of HP. Both players on roughly the same sort of numbers. Flashes in the two CT players, Advent and Frankie. Looking up, looking over, catching vision onto Summer and bursting through, keeping him out. Keeping him very far away. Teaser played this very, very slow, trying to gain as much mid-control as possible. Held back by the smokes here at the WC sign. And now set out the smokes past it to go into the bomb site. Kaze, however, strikes towards long, takes out all their long presence. They've also got one man close and Joking ready for the crossfire. Ready to shut down any more long control that they got here. AK spray comes through. Summer bats up one. AWP from Kaze lands up three. Almost got a collateral for his trouble attacker, and Summer finally trying back 3 versus 2 though. And Bomber's on the CT controls. Attacker gets backstabbed. Owen turns around 180 for the double. And the AWP of Kaze strikes again. 2 rounds in a row. He's got multi-frags. Catching up with the top fraggers of Vici as well. They looked online now. TYLOO. Their domination has been dominated right back into submission. Pistols coming out, upgrades. But that's it. $1,500 mark at least for TYLOO. Mostly just down so they can go for the half bites, so they can try to get some damage on Vici. But even then, with the way that Vici are looking right now, this is looking like confident stuff. Very confident stuff. Utility out to try and make their way back into A site again. I mean, what makes them think they'll be successful after 2 rounds from Kaze? Striking with the AWP, he's got another one back in for round 24. It's like, well, do you really think this is going to happen? Especially with the pistols, we're about to find out. Smokes in, flashes over, Molotovs down to try drive CTs away from their standard angles, and the T-side make their way up. Kaze with the first kill, and for the second. Peeks back towards long, looks for his third. Jockey actually gets that one instead, but it doesn't matter. The kill's coming in for the CT side, 3 versus 2. Execute turns it around, the AWP's been picked up, and now he looks to do even more damage. Knows where one man is. Frankie gonna make his way in as Advent deals with Pintet, and Execute just left alone. Crossfire set as Frankie recovers the round. Good pistol play from TYLOO to do damage. Almost recovered the whole thing, but not to be. $27 kills for Kaze. My God, most of them established in the last 4 rounds. Utility is standard for the CT side, tries to keep TYLOO at bay. Omen. Flashbang awkward as well. Will jump face spot most of the T-side forces. Might call in rotations as here comes all the utility pouring out from the T-side line. Omen with a manic spray. Downs damage to attacker. Eventually takes him down. Back up from Frankie there. Gets somebody to 5 versus 3. Execute trades. Looks back in for a second and gets us back to evens. But Omen still here and kicking. Back towards water. Shocking sprays. Blind firing through the smoke. Gets 2 headshots and gets another for the Vici side as TYLOO tried their best to hold on. Vici still got the opening kills and did not allow the trades to go back to the favor of their Chinese brethren. This was a 6-3. Then it was a 14-6, and now it's 14-11. Favor TYLOO. Comeback after comeback as both sides showing the really hot stuff tonight. Deagles in, CZ's, TYLOO on the half buy one more time. They've got, well, max loss bonus at this stage. Not quite enough to get themselves to full-blown buys. But in the next round, it will end up being a rifle round. Try and hit quick into the B-bomb site. Short control not established by the CT forces. They will run their way in and Vici will get themselves out there. He's vacate the short position as quickly as they gain it. Kaze now. Alongside Joking up to face, good flashbangs, and Joking will face around the corner, get 2 kills, up for the 3rd kill potentially. Someone in the mid position, no, someone takes him down. And Kaze got an AUG to spray, turns on the 1st and the 2nd. Nice and easy lockout from the 2 CTs there. And I'm not surprised that Kaze got 3 frags there. No surprises whatsoever from Vici as they are looking locked and ready. As Vici stand within 2 of the TYLOO side. And the AK is brought back here. TYLOO, if they lose this next round, they ought to think about a tactical pause. It's not gone well. Meanwhile, Kaze with that 3K in the last round has just 30 bombed for Vici, massively overtaking any of the top fraggers in the server for TYLOO or Vici. A confident map from both sides, very clearly demonstrated right here, right now. It's Execute with the 1st frag. Shocking, awkward spray, and Bintet takes him down. 2 players towards long, faced in, and TYLOO win out the fight, sustaining very little damage on the T side line. As somebody moves in, the smokes will give him a little bit of cover. Slight gap towards that left-hand side to make his way in. 2 players spotted, but Almond gets that trade finally. Something found for the CT side. Meanwhile, the bomb's still back over towards the B site. 4 players stacking up. Only 1 man here to defend it. It's all Frankie all alone. 3 players pouring out. Lineups lined up, but in the end, the AWP gets the kill. Attacker sustains the damage and leaves 2 remaining for the Vici retake for TYLOO to get to map point. Execute watching on towards Graffiti. Spots the shoulder bait. Gets the flick on the 2nd face. And Ullman also spotted, not quite in the danger zone. He gets out of play. Map point for TYLOO. Vici's pick resting on the shoulders of a 3-round overtime. Force up, AWP, AUGs, and UMP for Advent. That is the entire Vici setup versus the AKs and AWPs as standard. How do Vici win this round? It's a must-win round, needless to say, and some are going quick into the B-bomb site setup. Frankie's ready for this. Molotov's coming in, he holds back short control, not going so far forward. This is completely siphoned off from his teammates. He knows this. 1 wrong move could send him to his death. There could be a boost coming in. He could try and make his way in from connector, and Vici get the 1st frag, and that might just be enough. Attacker will get towards connector, making sure his teammate has a nice angle out of the bomb site. As TYLOO, meanwhile, move in, look up to A. Long control established by the TYLOO squad. "60 seconds left. Control that someone's established. They have no idea he's here. The information that's gained earlier on in the round is completely irrelevant. They have no idea that he might still be lurking around this corner. They push in the monster crossfire. Set up for Frankie and Advent. Advent looking away. 1 shoulder bait allows Frankie to get the 1st. Spraying to do damage to the 2nd. Gets attacker. Triple kill up for Frankie. Summer trades back on the bomb site, but he's only going to get 2 frags. Bintet's still got to enter. The bomb's being dropped. Advent's got control, and he sprays in, does damage. Bintet gets a spray together. 2 versus 2, and backstabs coming in from Joking. Can't quite get there in time. The Overpass, meanwhile, burned out of position, and Joking makes his way up against Summer. Solo HP. Spray comes through. It's all left to Bintet to clutch it for TYLOO. 1-on-2 scenario. And 3 points of health Surely he shouldn't win this. Surely he should not at all. He's on the bomb site. Time is ticking. Vici going to take this carefully. 2 flashes, Molotov and HE nade. As soon as they spot him, they'll use that HE pretty well, but Kaze lands the AWP shot instead. And we're not done yet. Vici get to unlucky 13. Is it unlucky for them, or is it unlucky for TYLOO? Another tactical by TYLOO. I said they would need to use this at some point. That's exactly what they're doing right now. How do you fight your way out of this? Vici on a comeback. TYLOO with possibly one final confident buy here in this half. And Vici 2 away from taking us to overtime, and what will be another overtime so far in the Asia qualifiers as a whole. These games have been back and forth this week. Even in South America as well, which we covered out during the mid portion of the week. CT players spot info on the T-side players over in Connector. Knowing that they have con control, CTs will force back over towards the A-bomb site as a result. Jockey, you can see he's playing the off angle here towards the bathrooms. Let's take a focus on him real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah. Standard positions. .60 seconds. Summer again holding his close, short angle. Frankie's ready for it. Would he face around the corner? No flash support to get him in. Advent at least doesn't want to throw it just yet. If he does, then he might be able to get this opening kill for Vici. Meanwhile, TYLOO focusing on the A-bomb site. Putting the utility down, trying to draw attention away. Temptation's not faced as Summer takes down the first player. Oh, left to Advent, back at the bomb site, sprays on through, gets traded back immediately. And Summer continuing to look forward. 3 players left for Vici. Rotations coming in, the Overpass trying to deny it. Meanwhile, X-Street gets down 1 on the backstab, and it's a 2-man advantage for TYLOO. Looking like it might just be lights out as Kaze can't find an angle, can't find a T-side player as X-Street gets another with the AWP, leaving it all to the AWP at the CT side to retake this one. We'll get a quick scope on Bentet, but not much more than that. 16-13, and eventually TYLOO will claim their opponent's map pick and go once again up on Overpass against Vici. Mirage is up next. It was the end of their last series together, and it went 16-9, favor of TYLOO. Will history repeat itself? Will we see another 2-0 from the favorites in China? Don't go anywhere. After this short break, we're about to find out who is going to the Asia Minor.
Charge up your game with excitement. Highest odds on the market. Coverage of all live and pre-match events. Place your bets with Solid Bookmaker and win with your favorite teams. Take what's rightfully yours with GG.bet.